You want to whip him? No. Then stop playing with me.
So how is the taste profile, the flavor profile?
I mean, it tastes like Hennessy, but it got like a little grape aftertaste to it.
Okay.
Hey,
Well,
Walter.
What's going on, family?
we haven't seen you in 20 years. We know you got married one weekend, so again, congratulations on that. You weren't here for us to tell you that. And I know,
Appreciate it.
so, and you know, Daryl got married the week after you did. So two sets
Really?
you
I didn't
did.
know that.
Yeah, Daryl.
Okay, well, y'all better be some married men up in here. My husband trying to come back home. We gonna talk about that later, Devin. We gotta finish that conversation.
Yeah.
Y'all know I'm just here to stir the pot. Y'all know that why I'm here.
That's
We
all
need.
right. That's all right.
We're gonna give everybody about 4 more minutes to jump on, and we're gonna get started. Again, guys, this is an interactive live. If you're in the comments, jump in. Voice your opinion, answer the questions. Um, and again, welcome, 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 welcome. We see the numbers coming up. All right. My significant other on my watch, so he trying to chime
Tell
in.
my yes, my boo on tonight. Surely is, girl. I'm here tonight. Y'all wanna see that?
The only thing I do hate is that you like when you look at Facebook and you have like the viewers, like it doesn't tell you how many, like who those viewers are. It used to do that a long time ago when we
Mhm.
first started live, but
Facebook so bootleg sometimes.
they finna change the name.
What if it change it to? Book
They-
face?
They're not gonna announce it to next week. They're trying to all inclusive name because they own WhatsApp and Instagram, so they're trying to change it to a more inclusive name to kind of represent that they're you know greater than just social media. So we'll see.
It's social media.
Fuck up people's lives. That's what it is.
Shit Star Network. That's
Throw it out. Yeah, Facebook gets you in trouble every time. Again, welcome everybody. We're going to be starting in about 3 minutes. I see the numbers coming up. How's everybody doing this evening? Hey, how y'all doing? You can say it back. Jump in the chat, in the comments. Hey, how you guys doing?
I ain't even noticed you had the big beard going on, Devin. Look at you. I'm feeling that big beard energy.
Listen, I need to get it shaped up a little bit. It's a little. I was supposed to get a haircut today, but I'm gonna go tomorrow and get it. I found a barber that can actually cut my hair down here. Walter, don't start. Don't start, Walter.
I wasn't gonna say it, but I mean,
Don't start, Walter.
praise him.
You listen. You missed when I had first got a cut. It was looking nice. It was real fresh. Now, a little rough. I'm doing a new thing. I'm sponging my. So I'm trying to be fancy.
Oh, high class. Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit. But I am mixed, so I gotta take in my other ethnicities.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know.
Unverified one award. Oh, that's the first. I know you can do that. Thank you, unverified user. I know who you are. Thank you though.
they gave you 10 cents.
They gave 10 cents. You see? Y'all see the comments? It said 10 cents. Y'all see that?
Yeah, one
Yeah.
award, 10 cent USD.
Okay.
What I don't even know what you money for. I didn't know. I know WhatsApp give you like coins when you go live and all this other kind of stuff, but I never knew what it was for. Dale, what is the coins for? You the one told me about Haps. Sorry, not WhatsApp, but Haps.
Oh yeah, they could tip you. Like if they like what you're talking about or they enjoy your content, they could tip you. So it's basically no tip.
Thanks for the tips, guys. Thanks for the tips. I'm not gonna ask you
I
for
need some money.
Hey, Dev, you worth 10 cents, bro?
uh see, that's what I was gonna
10
say.
cent whore.
Hey, I didn't want to say it, but he ain't no $2 hoe, because I mean, can't get $2.
I gotta type my game on it if I ain't worth for 10 cents.
Hey, you better step it up, bro. Step it up.
I need to get my shit together.
Hey, that haircut gotta be fresh for them to get $2.
Walter, don't start no shit, okay? Don't start no shit.
Yeah, I can never live.
All right, so it is 8:10. We're about to get started. So like I put you guys on what was going on. So just so everybody knows, I kind of start yeah, it's ready. Tip please, clap please. I started letting the panel know. Well, I think I this week
You lying?
about the. Oh no, I put the topic discussion in
How long ago was it?
Marlon sounded like a mountain man. Damn. Gotta get it together. Listen, don't judge me. Yeah, I feel like a mountain. Don't judge me. This is it. And I was gonna shave before I got on. So don't worry about it. It is what it is. So, tonight's topic is going to be home ownership. Um, and at the end, we're gonna jump in. We're gonna segue back into like another topic because Bree wants to talk about it. So, and that topic is: do people make you crazy? But we're gonna stick on home ownership first. We're gonna get through these questions, and then we'll jump back to that. Okay? You guys ready to start?
Yes, sir.
All right. Give me a second. All right. So first, let everybody go through and give their greetings. We'll start from my top, Walter, then Daryl, then Bree.
Are we still doing greetings? Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Walter.
We ain't seen you in 2 weeks. Walter, we miss you.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'm Walter. For everybody who don't know, I live in Greenwood, Florida. Currently attend Florida State University.
Go Nose.
My go.
All right, Daryl, you next. Another Seminole.
Yep, I'm Daryl. I'm from Greenwood. I don't live there. I live
Yes,
in,
sir. It's all right.
and I went there also.
We got a rattler in the building. Homecoming coming up in about a week and a half. Go ahead, Bree.
Better know it. I bring you greetings from the beautiful, illustrious city of Jacksonville, Florida. One time for the Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University Rattlers, the number one HBCU, baby, in the country, not the state, the country. Okay? I'm here, y'all.
Mm.
And y'all know who I am, Devin, the moderator. Bring you greetings from West Palm Beach, Florida. Um, I rep 2 schools, Florida State by way of FAMU. I was a FAMU cheerleader, so Rattler Pride. For you all that don't know, FAMU's homecoming is coming up the weekend of Halloween. But the activities will start next Monday. Guys, go out and support. It's a HBCU. Go out and have a good time. Be amongst family and friends. For all my
Wear your
rappers,
mask.
wear your mask. For all my rappers that are watching, happy homecoming. You guys be safe. All right, so we're going to get started. All right, first question first is, and whoever wants to take it can take it first. Everybody has to answer it, but you can take it first. Whoever wants to go first. Question is home ownership important to you?
Yes.
Why?
I would say that home ownership is important to me simply because I have a big family. And I mean, if you look at all the money that you put into renting and apartments and stuff, like the apartment that I stay in right now is like an apartment townhome type deal or whatever. Like it's modeled like a home, but it's still considered an apartment. But I pay damn near $1,500 a month. I could be paying less for a mortgage. That's retarded. So that's why I'm in the process of starting the homeowner process or whatever. But you know, it's just it's a sense of, like you said, a sense of ownership. Like this is something that you did, that you worked for, that you put forth the effort and did what you had to do to make sure that at least when you died you could leave something back for your family or your kids if you have any or whatever. So that's why I feel like it's important. It's important to have something to call your own.
Okay. All right. So, I know Bree's been married, but my newlyweds, it's home.
I
I'm
go.
still married, sir.
But Bree, I
Tell them
Bree
again.
first, but I know we got 2 newlyweds and talk about home ownership. So go ahead, Walter.
Me definitely is. Like I say, being in college for 4 years and staying in apartment for 3 of those years. I just know that it costs so much, man, to stay in an apartment. You get done with that, you have nothing to show for it, nowhere to go. So I think that for me, being married now and wanting to start a family, definitely wanted to find a place that I can call my own. I think the main thing too is that people don't talk about it enough nowadays. That when you put the money you put towards rent, I mean, it's just as much, if not more, than a mortgage. Like, go ahead and get a house if you can. Why not? It really doesn't make sense to be spending money on something that's not yours. Um, that's my takeaway. I think within the next year, I'll be a homeowner.
Okay. All right, Daryl.
Damn, everybody ain't able to own a home. Shit, I'm trying to get on y'all level, hell. But yeah, I mean, as far as owning a home, yeah, it is very important because that brings stability to your family structure. And like everybody else said, it's a lot better to pay a mortgage than pay rent. So yeah, owning a home is very important. And not only that, if you get tired of that house, you can sell it or rent it out or do whatever. So that's another source of income. So hell yeah, own your house.
I see my brother done went Jimmy, Darius.
That
Rachel,
who
you
gave
said,
you the 10 cent?
oh, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you.
Jimmy Ray.
Thank Rachel, you said, man, who you telling? Who are you referring that to? And while we wait for that, I'll go ahead and say, I think so. I agree. I think that uh, home ownership is important because it's a stability. I was raised in a home, and I just think that it's an important part of that family. Where you really feel and grow your family in owning a home. So my next question is, why does it take so long for home ownership within the Black community?
Hmm.
Hold on, wait. Before we answer that question, Rachel said, as far as being able to afford a home, I can't in Miami. We'll touch on that in a second, Rachel. And I agree because I live in South Florida too, and it is ridiculous.
The
But
cost of living
oh
the
my God.
further south is, ooh, Jesus Christ.
Listen, the cost of living in West Palm Beach is horrible. And I know I was reading an article that it's 44 billionaires that live here. So I know that plays a part in that. But the cost of living here is horrible. It's horrible. It's expensive
And
as
any tourist state, any city that's a tourist city, yeah, you gonna pay a pretty penny for that.
it's ridiculous. Like it's to the point where it's like I see now why people have, you know, the people that aren't married have roommates because like unless you in a like a home where I mean and we're talking about rent and all that good stuff, unless you're in a situation where you both have great jobs, like at least in South Florida there's no such thing. Well, I mean it is if you got a great job, but it's hard to have that such thing as, oh, I'm the man, I'm taking care of the household and the bills and stuff, because listen, it's horrible. It's horrible down here. All right, so go ahead and jump to that next question. Who want to take it first?
What was it again?
Why does it take so long for home ownership within the Black community?
Mm, I think I want to ride that one out. I want to see what somebody else say first.
All right, I'll go first then.
Okay.
And I want to take it from a different perspective. It's kind of weird though because I think a lot of us nowadays, and it's weird. A lot of us nowadays are looking for. I hate to say this, looking for handouts and stuff like that. So we are used to we're used to what's the word I'm going for? Um, affordable housing. That's the word I'm going for. Affordable housing, like stuff low income housing. That's the word I'm going for. So for a long period of time now, we have been in low income housing, and we don't know how to save money. We don't know how to get more. We don't know how to finance. We don't know how to do all of these things. So for that reason, we don't get ahead because we don't know how to get ahead, and we're used to being behind. Because the truth of the matter is, there are a lot of people. We are capable. to get these houses with knowledge, because it all takes a process and a plan, a know-how. Somebody showing you how to get it, but not enough of us are trying to figure out how to get there because we don't want to get more, or we don't want to do what it takes to get more, or we're just not given the knowledge of how to get more. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. And I'm going to ask you a question. When you say that we're used to the handouts, specify that a little bit for me. Be more a little bit more specific.
Almost definitely,
Ooh.
most definitely. So in the COVID pandemic, um, we find ourselves. And this is not just us. Not talking about everybody now.
Mm.
When you see an easier way where I don't have to work and I can get a lot of money and not working, I can't say I blame them for not, saying, not taking the handout. But I'm just saying, when you see an easier way, I think that's something that we just kind of got used to. And I mean, I'm for I'm for help if you need help. But a lot of people abuse the system. They can get a job. I mean, and honestly, there are plenty of jobs out here. People hiring every single day. Wendy's, every fast food
Especially
restaurants are
now.
closed. Right, they're closing down restaurants early because they can't find help. So for you to say, saying I'm not working, and you just continually accepting this government assistance, as they say, it's abused. So like I said, that's why I say a handout. I don't mean in the way of people that need it, but there are people that don't need it but still get it just because they can.
So how do you determine the difference between the people that and I'm gonna just say for the record, I agree with you. Every word you're saying, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know how do what if you were in the place to make the decision of who needed it versus who was just getting it because it was there. How would you make that decision, or what would you look for when making that decision?
Yeah, so I mean, I think that goes back to the point of, I mean, who's actively looking for jobs and is without. I mean, you have to be able to prove that, yeah, I've been applying to these places, or I was laid off. I didn't quit my job. I was laid off, and I think another thing is gonna be like, I mean, I think that's just the want to. Honestly, I look at that. I look at effort. I mean, me personally, if I look at somebody, they gotta prove to me that they are actively trying to find work and it's not working out. They're not getting a job. I mean, that's to me, that's number one. I mean, other than that, though, I mean, I don't understand. You working hard and not being not still not having enough. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm paying $50 in gas every other day. It's hard. So it's hard. I mean, I can totally understand you working and not having enough. I can't understand you not working and not having enough, because there are too many jobs out here nowadays. Too many jobs, and it's across the board. It's not like you having to go and have a college degree to go. I'm saying, go work in a firm. No, you can legit flip burgers. Flip burgers. They pay you $15 an hour nowadays in some places. Some 13, some 11. But I mean, anything is better than nothing. So if you're trying and you still don't have enough, then I understand.
So in the instance that they don't have enough, what would be a recommendation? Second job or
Make up the difference. Yeah.
different?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and I'm glad you brought it up too, because I talk about this all the time to my friends and stuff, especially being a college student. You know what I'm saying, it's one thing to have a full time job, but some people have kids, and you know what I'm saying, they can't afford to have, they don't have nobody to take their kids to, so you have to find different ways to make ends meet. And in my case, I have a side job, a trade. My thing is fixing phones, and I do other things on the side as well. But if you don't have a trade, if you don't have something like that, then there's the food delivery services. You know what I'm saying, like DoorDash or Grubhub. So there's other things you can do. You can still have your kids with you and still perform those tasks, making money. I mean, you can turn the music up in the car and have a good time. Y'all ride out. You know what I'm saying, but you're still making money, having a good time, making memories. So there's different ways. I don't think you have to have multiple 8 to 5. You know what I'm saying, 11 to 8 jobs. I mean, you can really find other ways of making money. It's possible. There's too many ways out here nowadays.
Okay. All right. So Bree, Dare, which one y'all want to jump on the question?
I will say the question again for me though, so I can make sure what I'm going to say, my content is direct.
No problem. Why does it take so long for home ownership within the Black community?
I feel like it takes a long time for home ownership to happen in the Black community because our mentality is complacent. If it's not broke, we ain't trying to fix it.
Okay.
So, what I mean by that is if I'm working at McDonald's and I get paid every week,
McDonald.
McDonald's, like I said, and I get paid every week because I'm busting my ass 40 plus hours, so I got a little overtime, and I'm getting like a $400, $500 check every week. Instead of putting that money into a savings or budgeting out how I'm supposed to, or I'm going to blow a check because I know next week I'm gonna get another check type deal. So if I'm making this type of money and I got a $750 rent, then for an apartment, and see, that's my thing. Like, I went from a house to this apartment home or whatever because I just wanted to move away from that area of Jacksonville that I was in. However, although this that I live in now is very nice, I still feel uneasy because I just can't imagine myself paying $1,500 for something that I will never own. If I was paying $1,500 for a mortgage, eventually that motherfucking mortgage gonna be mine. It's gonna be mine. But this is not a rent to own, so therefore I'm just giving money to stay somewhere. And some people really get complacent in that. And that's why a lot of times in the Black community we can't advance and we can't bring new things and new ideas to the community because people are still in that mentality of, if it ain't broke, we ain't gotta fix it. But that is a problem because, like, now I see a lot of people are purchasing homes, are getting their credits together, because for a while the Black community really believed that if I had money I could get anything I want, until they stepped in white man America and realized that, baby, no credit talk over there. And if your credit ain't about shit, you ain't getting shit. Okay, how much money you got? Because if you look at the money, if you look at the value of money now, money ain't shit no more. Your credit speaks for you. Your credit says that you're trustworthy. Your credit says that if I give you something, you're going to pay it off and I can trust you to pay it off. Just because you got the money don't necessarily mean you're going to pay it off. But if you got the credit, that's been proven. So a lot of people don't understand the difference between that. But now this generation of us, we do. So I see a lot of people of our age buying homes and getting homes, even some younger than me. However, I feel like sometimes it's a fad because everybody's doing it. So, oh, I'm gonna go get a house because so and so got a house, or my credit this, and I'm nah. Like, you gotta be smart with it, but at the same time, overall, to answer the question, is because we have complacent. That when I say we, the Black community, have complacent mindsets.
Okay. I can see that. Just kind of not take acknowledgement to the comments. Um, Brandon said he agreed with you, Bree. Rachel said, so I guess we can all say we are giving out too much government assistance, period. Okay, yeah, I agree because we definitely pay taxes, and that's definitely a hitter.
And
Um,
I need a food stamp or two because I'll be hungry.
don't even start it on. I be want to let the food stamp office have it. Like when I was in school, you couldn't
I'm
get,
trying to tell you.
and now they're giving food stamps to students, and I don't qualify because I make too much money. I don't even want to talk about that program. My classmate John said he owned a home at 19. Okay, all right. So John, you owned a home at 19. I see you. Thank you for supporting, classmate. What led up to you owning that home at 19? I'm waiting for the comments, the answer to that question in the comments.
Right.
Daryl, that question. Jump on that question.
The question, why does it take so long for Black folks to own a home?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I got two things to say about that. The first thing is Black folks try to ball above their means. And what I mean by that is, like, white folks don't have no problem going to get
Come
them,
on here.
huh?
I said, come on here now. You're getting
Uh,
somewhere.
Cause white folks have no problem getting a couple $1,000s together and buying them a little trailer, putting it on some land, getting some to doing that shit over and over again. And next thing you know, you got a trailer park going on. See, white folks got no problem doing that. And
But
black folks,
but trailers don't build equity though. Trailers, they don't gain value; they lose value.
they don't have that. But you ain't got to stay there forever.
You
It
ain't.
don't matter. They
But
rent
if
them
you
out to us.
Yeah, and then you can rent it out, just like he just said. You can rent it out.
but
So
when it comes to building wealth off of renting it out, you're not going because you're losing value in it.
It's passive income.
Walter Field, where I'm coming from.
Go ahead, keep going. Go ahead.
Passive income.
Where I'm coming from. But yeah, and the other thing that go along with that is black folks don't think like Mexicans. So I'll just use myself as an example. So me and my brothers and sisters, we just sold our house to a bunch of Mexicans. And you know, we had like 7 bedroom, 5 bathroom, 2 living rooms, all that type of shit in our house.
Daryl them had a huge house in the black community. Looking at Daryl them house, they was millionaires. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so now they ain't had no problem getting 2 and 3 families together to come by that bitch. So now they all in that bitch just living it up. So if black folks did that, you got your mama them, auntie them, uncle them, all putting their money in a pot so y'all could get one house, and then y'all stack up y'all money while y'all in that one house, and that boom, y'all go get another house, and now y'all just keep that little chain going. You feel what I'm saying?
But how comfortable would that be though?
What do you mean? How often would that be?
No, I said how comfortable would that be?
It don't have to be comfortable for long, because y'all ain't got to be there for long. Because if everybody putting their incomes together in that one house, and then y'all say, okay, the next time we get enough money up to get another house, okay, you gonna get it. And then the 2 of y'all move in that house. And then next thing you know, them 2 saving up their income. Next thing you know, boom, we got enough money to get another house. And then next thing you know, them 3 families got 3 houses. That's how the Mexicans do it.
But I feel like then we'll start doing what Bree said, is that being complacent. Like if I'll become complacent with the fact that I can do this with other people versus by myself.
No, I don't think that's the case with black folks. Because black folks are trying to step on each other. So,
they do crab mentality. You
so
can't have more than me.
Yeah, I don't think that either they trying to one up each other so they ball above their means.
Mm-hmm.
We I don't want to exclude myself. We try to outshine each other, and so we ball above our means, or we try to step on the next man by trying to find a way to sabotage what they got going on. So, but as far as it taking a long time for black people to own a home, I don't think it take a long time. Bringing up 2008 as an example, when the Obama administration was handing out subprime mortgages like he was a fucking Pez dispenser. I think people just but other than that, I mean, yeah, it shouldn't take that long. Other than the fact that black people usually don't get land and property passed on to them, because most people are first generation homeowners. They don't like have somebody to just pass that shit off to them. So
right.
Since they don't have anybody in their family, like Walter said, they don't have anybody in their family showing them the way. And then you run around like a chicken with your head cut off, trying to figure out how to get your shit together. So I guess.
But is it safe to say that in the black community there's a lot of financial illiterate? I can't even say it. You have a lot of people that are illiterate to financial stability because, like you said, they got to keep up with the Joneses. And keeping up with the Joneses, see, the Joneses gonna look nice on the outside, but you don't know that in the inside of their house, the Joneses ain't got no furniture. They sleeping on air mattresses, whatever, but they driving Benz and whatever. Like I used to always have a complex when when your car look better than the place you lay your damn head at, you got your priorities fucked up. That's my opinion. Cause I'm sorry, I would rather drive a hoopty and live in a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath house and be comfortable. But I ain't finna be right here driving no Mercedes or no Lexus or no BMW and I'm paying a rent. That's retarded. That's weird. That's weird as hell.
I agree, and I think,
baby, I be on a moped, but I'm going home to a mansion. You hear me?
It, I think for me, the reason why I think it takes so long is a mixture of a lot of things, but for me, I think most importantly is that we don't know about home ownership.
That's why I
You
say literacy.
Yeah, and that's why I said I take a little bit from what you said, what Daryl said, what Walter said. But we if we all we know is government handouts. My mom was on food stamps. My mom was on welfare. That's the program that I know. We don't in the black community. We don't focus like you said on credit. That's not an important thing in the black community. Too, as we know, when you get older and you go to try to get some stuff, they're like, "Oh no, like your credit where it need to be."
Got credit.
None at all. And I think in large part too, that's where we have to start changing it up a little bit because I think the other things will fall into place. Because I'll be honest with you, Daryl, you said that more people living in a one household, multiple families, that's more affordable. However, you and I both know if you go to apply for a loan for a home and you got a 750 credit score, you're going to be paying for a nice home you can afford to buy yourself. You're going to get you a mortgage about $900, $1,200 a month if you have that credit. You have an 800 plus credit score. Oh, we already know you got that in the bag. And I think that that's what takes us so long as the black community is that we don't know that. We don't know that the higher your credit score is, the less you have to pay because that shows the banks, that shows lenders and lien holders that you're responsible and you're
Right.
responsible to make these payments and you're going to
You're
make
trustworthy.
and you're trustworthy. So I'm okay with dumping this money off on you because I know that I'll get my money back. And because you don't get me wrong, I have friends. I have friends now. I see them every day. People younger than me that I went to school with are purchasing homes. And it's something that we all can do because we have to know what's important prior to. Also, I think that we don't know about the resources out there when it comes to home ownership because there's so many different resources like in Jackson County you get an FHA home loan and that's agricultural a home loan. You can go to Greenwood, Camilton, Graceville, Jacob, shit, Mariana for that, and get you a nice home, in an agricultural loan. People that have, a lot of black people, especially our parents' ages, and even some people that go to school with us, and not to knock anybody in the military, the services. Thank you for your service. They qualify for, you can get a VA loan, to help you with assistance and stuff. But we just don't know that. You have first time homeowner program. You don't know that. A lot of times we don't know that. I've heard about the first time homeowners buyers program, but I was an adult.
But
And by that,
notice that those are all things that you have to read upon and read about. And the one thing that our community will not do is read.
that's true. However, if you don't know to read it, because we all can get on gossip, we all can get on the shade room, media takeout, because we know,
No, what
hey,
I'm saying is you have to, like you say, you have to want to be better. And then in wanting to be better, you're going to seek out that knowledge.
but all
So
right, I
you gonna
agree.
be on the internet. How do I buy a house? Okay, well then, this is how you buy a house. These are all the programs that are afforded to you. These are all the grants and loans and this, that, and the third that you can get. You then begin to find out stuff, but that just goes back not to be biblical, but it just goes back to what the Bible says that my people perish because of a lack of knowledge. He's
That's true.
I
That's
feel like it's specifically targeting the African American community because if we gotta read it, or if we gotta even so much as searching out ourselves, oh nah, I'm okay, I'm straight. It's laziness
I,
at
I
this point.
I agree with that. However, I disagree with that, Bree, and I'm gonna tell you why I disagree with that. I disagree with that because when we start looking at buying a home, we done had two credit cards in our name that we done maxed out that we ain't paid on. Or we done went through 2 and 3 phone companies, or we done been to the hospital and we have bills that's affecting our credit. Yeah, now we're older and we know to read. Like if I want to buy a home, this is what I need to do.
Side
However,
note, I just found out that if you have unpaid emergency like ER visits and stuff on your credit, they cannot require they cannot legally require you to pay that back and you can get it deferred off your credit. Just
It-
found
it-
that out. But go ahead.
it's, but see, my thing is, you find out that probably through research. But
Mm.
again, take into consideration like some of our parents. I mean, I don't know because I know you was born with a gold spoon. You done told us that, you know. But when you got
So with diamond encrusted around the edge.
when, but when you got parents that they just know the word, you know, they don't know the importance of these homeowner buyer programs, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on my child credit. They don't know that because they're
Yeah,
out grind.
because truthfully, as much money as my mama made being a nurse, my mama should have had two, three, four houses. She ain't got not one now. And that's all because of financial illiteracy.
And
You
that's
didn't know
true.
how to do your money.
That's true. But I feel like once we start curving that, once we start curving that financial, literacy and what and the programs that's out there, programs that's available, I think we'll start making a difference. However,
Yeah.
it'll be hard when you don't, if you come from a home like, and I know somebody gonna get mad, but it is what it is, and this is no disrespect to anybody in this situation. You grew up in a project, your mama had $25 rent. That's what you going for, because your mama, like you said, driving a nice car with rims and stuff, and you putting up to the projects. And if you in a project because you having a hard time, that's fine. And again, not knocking anybody, because some people are there because they're going through hard times, and they're trying to get on their feet. But we have to change that. Like, if I'm a project parent, I don't want my child to grow up in these projects. I don't want my
Right.
child to have these people coming here inspecting a
Or
house.
at least you shouldn't want to, because you got some parents who want their kids to be like them, which is sad. But like you said, if I'm a parent, I don't want my child to live like me. I want my kids to live better than me.
So I feel like that's what we
Yeah.
have to do to, kind of start curving that. I'm gonna jump into the next question so we can keep this bad boy rolling. So hold on, Brandon. Growth mindset versus fixed mindset. Brandon, that is 100%
Oh
true.
yeah.
That,
That's
that
good.
that's you're right. And a lot of people don't have that growth mindset. We don't have a growth mindset as
Mhm.
a time. It's a fixed mindset. And like Bree said, trying to compete with each other, step on each other in that crab mentality. I got to be better than the person next to me. Instead, I need to focus on me and me growing, and then providing for my community to grow as well. I'm getting it.
Mhm.
So if you're looking for a home, say for example, you got your shit together, credit right, you got your down payment, and just kind of throw this out there. Like, when you get a home, like, just educate a couple of people. You have to do a down payment, and sometimes it
Mhm.
depends on the loan, the who's lending you the money, what that down payment is. Sometimes it's 10% of the home. So for the people that ain't that good at math, if you have a $350,000 house, your down payment is going to be about $35,000. So, just to kind of throw that out there. But if you're out looking for a house, or if we were in a position where we can say I'm starting the house search, what are some factors that you would take into consideration when looking for a home?
It got to be big enough. I got a lot of children.
So what's big enough? So when you say big enough, you mean square footage wise or yard size wise?
Yeah, I need square foot. I need yard. I need fenced in because my kids like go out the door. So like I got five children. I got three girls and two boys, right? So that's a room
Free
for the boys.
you talk about a fixed the yard. Go like, go
My
ahead.
yard gotta be fenced in. Like I want to be able to hit the button and it toot toot and the gate open up. So people can't walk in my yard and take my children. They gonna bring them back if they take them, but I'm just saying. Because my children like to eat in they bag. But yeah, it will have to be a nice, feasible size. Like if I'm gonna pay $1,500 for a mortgage, my house has to look like it's worth $1,500
So top
per
three.
month.
So top three. What is the top three things you will look for when buying a house?
Square footage, location, and affordability.
What you mean by location?
I'm not finna put a nice brick home in the hood. Definitely not. It's not happening. My house will not be built next to the projects. No,
you
that
know, you
defeats the
want to be in the
purpose.
basement.
Huh?
You don't want to be hood adjacent.
I visit the hood, but my house ain't gonna be in the hood.
Okay, that's your top 3 things. All right, Daryl, what about you? What's the top 3 things you look for that's the most important when deciding on buying a home?
I agree. I agree with location because I want to be in a rural area. I want to go back to being country.
So why
Um,
why not the hood? Why not the hood then? Let me ask you and Bree that. Why not the hood?
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with the hood. It's just my whole adult life I've been around the hood. Now I grew up in the country, and now that when I started going to college and all of that, all I know is hood. So no, I'm trying to go back to my roots. I want to go back to the country.
So you would
Well,
go
the
back to
reason why I don't want the hood is because, and don't get me wrong, like I said, I grew up in the hood. I'm hood as fuck. I'm probably the hoodest person on this damn group thing. I'm real ghetto. Like, people don't be believing that I'm a teacher until they see me in my teacher form, like till they see me in action. Imagine they face when I told the world that I was teacher of the year this year. It was like, bitch, what? But
congratulations.
because I'm true to myself for one. But the reason why I would not want my home in the hood, only because for one, it's gonna devalue my home. And for two, I just don't, like you said, I don't want my kids to grow up in what I grew up in. Not saying that it was all bad, but it wasn't all good either. And even and so, I still don't want to be a target because like you said, going back to the crab mentality, both Quisha and them see my house, they gonna start stealing and trying to run up in that shit. And I'm licensed with 3 weapons. I'm putting a bitch down by my
So
shit. You hear
so
me?
so you profiling.
I'm not profiling. I'm just calling a spade a spade. We talking about the crab mentality and the people being jealous, and I gotta outshine this person. I don't need nobody putting no target on me because I work hard to get what I want and I got it. And now you feel some type of way because you didn't do what you needed to do, take care of business to be where I'm at too.
It's
Now,
burgers in
if
the
I had to put my
right.
house in the hood, I would, but I'm definitely gonna have my electronic gate around it, and I'm gonna make sure my 3 little pistols is locked and loaded because I ain't got time for that.
People rob houses in the suburbs too, though.
That's fine. When you rock, it's gonna make it even nicer when I put a bullet in your ass.
They go
At
put
least I ain't gotta hurt my own people.
free. Finna play with you, free. I'm not. I'm not.
I'm just
Walter,
saying, I'm being honest.
Walter, what's the top 3 things you look for when, if you were buying a home? What would be the top 3 important things for you?
I go the it's for everybody else pretty much location.
Why
It's
location?
gonna be number one. Definitely because I'm moving down to Palm Bay in January, and so I'm looking for
Oh,
somewhere.
wait. You coming to Palm Bay?
Yeah, I
Oh,
am. I got a
yeah.
job.
Rachel,
I
Rachel can tell you about Palm Bay, but go ahead though.
Yeah, so I'm looking for somewhere. It's gonna be tough. I'm looking for somewhere that is has plenty of yard space. I'm an outside person, so I want yard space. I want a nice big house, and I want it to be in an area that's not 20 minutes from any nearest store like I am now in Greenwood, or but I don't want to be right next to somebody else either. You know what I'm saying? I want to have my own kind of space. So that's why I said location. Cost, most definitely. Everything is so expensive nowadays. So I mean, I want something that's affordable. Um, and then lastly, I think I'm gonna say community. Like, I'm big on community. So I mean, the whole thing about being, this is kind of weird too, but being like talking about the projects. Like I said, I don't necessarily want to be, in the middle of the projects, but at the end of the day, I'm all about impacting others and having a mark in the community. So I don't think I want to be right in the middle of it, but I wouldn't mind being somewhere that's not too far, just because, like I said, I want to make that impact. I want to meet people, talk to people. I want to let them know me and make a change in the community. So I mean, like I said, like the Bible says, the hitters in the highways. You got to go there. So I don't want to be too far, but I don't want to be in the middle.
Okay,
But
go,
truthfully, hold on, David. But
go.
truthfully, just to clear something up, I lived in a townhome community. It was like the projects because they was hood as fuck out there. But in all essence, it really doesn't really matter because if you stay in your house and you mind your own business, what goes on outside of your house don't really affect you because
Don't
like it
matter.
used to
Yeah,
be shit happening down the road and in the community. I ain't know none about it until my neighbor would come over there to gossip to tell me about it because I stayed in my house and I kept to myself. And I know I got friends and stuff that live in the projects or whatever. And you know, although there's the projects, when I walked in their house, I'm like, bitch, who decorated for you, honey? This is top of the line, first class. So I think it is still like I value the location because I don't want to just raise my kids anywhere. But you know,
yeah,
for the most part, it is what it is. It's what you make it for the most part.
that sums it up. It's what you make of it. Yeah, I agree with that.
Desmond, where you at? Hey, what? There we go.
No, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
Oh,
But I think for me, the top three things that I would look for is definitely location. That's number one. Number two would be crime in the area. Um,
Say where
yeah,
though?
uh,
so we know you ain't moving by the projects.
you- but like I said, sometimes even in like nice neighborhoods, like crime is really high. So definitely looking for that. And again, just the setup of the area. Like I said, he don't want to be like 20 minutes from like the nearest grocery store where he is now. Um, but I'll just give you a word of advice. Coming down to Palm Bay, Walter, that's where you're gonna find the best housing, is where you're gonna have to drive into like the city. Like, for example, I live on the outskirts of Palm Beach. For those of you who know the Tallahassee area, I live in Wellington, Royal Palm Beach, so that's kind of like the Killearn of Tallahassee type thing.
Okay.
But
High
it's
class. Okay.
so we have like Publix, Walmart in my area. Like, I have to drive into Palm Beach. Palm Beach is like an 8-10 mile drive from where I'm living. So about like a 30-minute drive down here. But where I live at, it's not a high crime rate area. It's still expensive, but it's not high crime area. So that's one of the things that I think is important too. Um, because unfortunately, crime nowadays is a different type of crime than it was back in the days when we were younger. So that, and then I don't have kids, but I hope to one day have some. Schools, like, it's got to,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's a good one.
Chris. I'm on a lie. I'm about to call you back. So I can hear you. I'm gonna call you back. But
You say he went
To
here,
my
man.
soul bye.
but it's just that's something that I think is important for me when it comes to home ownership, and just like I said, just I mean, I don't mind being hood adjacent as long as it's not like a bad hood, like it's not like people get killed like every other day. Then I'm cool with it, but I can't be hood adjacent and every day it sounds like popcorn out the door, like pop pop. So that's for
And that's where I was before I moved to where I was. Like it had got so custom. We had got so custom to hearing it. To it was just like the kids would just be in their room and they would hear and they'd be like, "Oh, they shooting again." Wasn't no fear in it or nothing. We had got so used to hearing it. I was like, "Oh hell no!" Like my kids should fear what a gunshot sound like. They should not be comfortable saying, "Oh, mama, they over across the street shooting again." The fuck? No.
Yeah,
I make too money to be living. I make too much money to be living in an area like that. So I had to do what I had to do.
okay. All
I
right,
got a
go
Walt.
ahead.
Can I ask Walter a question?
Go ahead.
So he said that community was real big for him. So I wonder, so because we live in a different time, we live in the social media age.
yeah,
So community is big for you if you want to get to know the people who live around you, like Mr. Rogers and all of that good stuff. Like, are you gonna do the work to door and say, "Hey, my name is Walter. Nice to meet you. This what I do. What you do. The hand to hand meet and greet type shit in your own neighborhood, so that you get to know your surroundings. Are you willing to do that?"
yeah. Most definitely. Most
Not
definitely. It's funny because like being like in Greenwood, we don't do everybody's family around here. But I mean, I've made it a point even more so now with my church outreach. I still just getting out there and just going to those uncomfortable places. I mean, people know me, but I mean, you don't go and see
Mm-hmm.
them enough. You don't show them love enough. You don't, go and make your presence really felt. So they know you care about them, but you don't show it enough. So I mean, yeah, I do want to do that. Wherever I go, my new community.
Daryl, we from the country. Even Bree with the gold spoon with the diamond encrusted around the
Facts.
we are from the country. That's just what we do. Like, I mean, I think it's some stuff that you can't get rid of, and that's one of the things I've like that's something that's inbred in us. Like, I gotta talk to my neighbors. Like, even like the lady that live across the hall from me, like every time I see her, I be like, hey, how you doing? She be like, hey. Be like, I ain't gonna do that to you. I just want to speak to you. We live across from each other, so if I might need someone night. I might need knocking on
Right.
your door, and you got me covered, and vice versa. So it's one of those things that I think that's just something that's inbred in us, honestly. So
Yeah. And from small towns. If you're from a small town, you're known to be homely even when you don't try to be.
right.
Yeah.
Cause I be in the store and I start talking to anybody. I don't know strangers. Well, let me take that back. I've just now started becoming antisocial. But before then, I didn't know a stranger because I mean I like to talk. I like to interact with people. I love people, but then I find out people don't really love me, so I turned antisocial after that.
People don't love you, Bree. I can't believe
Fuck 'em. Fuck 'em. Fuck 'em.
it. So listen. So what are y'all thoughts about gentrification?
Who?
Gentrification.
That's why it surprised me when y'all said y'all ain't want to live by the hood, cause the city gonna buy you out if you live near the hood.
And just so for the
For
people that are
sure.
watching that don't know what gentrification is, it's where you have like rich people that come in and buy houses in the poor side of town because they're affordable, and then as a result of that, they kind of push out the people that are used to. So it's kind of like you go and buy rich people go and buy houses in the hood, and then they make it a high class neighborhood. So it kind of pushes out everybody that has lived there for years. So grandma, auntie, uncle, granddaddy, they push them
Mm-hmm.
out because they buy these houses and drive the value of that neighborhood up, and most people that live in that neighborhood can't afford to live in that neighborhood.
Can't afford it.
So that's what gentrification is for those that don't know. But what's your thoughts on that? And Daryl, I know you started out. Go ahead, and whoever else want to jump in.
So if gentrification is basically just people want to move into the neighborhood and quote unquote improve it, like why can't people with higher incomes just move into the hood and improve it themselves? Would that still be gentrification?
Yeah,
That's the question.
yeah, I
So,
think so. I think
so
so.
gentrification ain't really a bad thing. It's just that people look at it as a bad thing depending on the skin color that's moving to the neighborhood.
Which is a problem.
Why, Bree?
Cause like my grandma used to say, what's good for the gander is good for the geese. So you mean to tell me if a black millionaire comes and buys out the community, that it's okay for him to do it versus a white man? I mean, if they both still got the same ill intent, you still gonna be damaged regardless. But like he said, why do people make it a big deal when it comes down to skin color? Like, I just know I just feel different about a lot of stuff only because I mean, don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna say the exact phrase that Charlemagne the God says, but there are those type of people, those CACs, right? But then I've
What's
recently, since
please?
I'm not saying those weird words, you know what Charlemagne say?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You want me to say it?
Mm-mm.
I ain't gonna say it. I don't want to say it because I felt bad the last time I was on the podcast and I kept saying that C word. I didn't mean it like that, but
Those-
that's what we refer to the police in the hood. But anyways, I I've met some Caucasian friends who are at heart just as black as me, honestly. Like and had I not had the open mind or like he said earlier, the growth mindset to say, not all white people are bad people. Not all white people are out to get me. Not all white people are out to, downgrade us as an African American community. I would have never met them, the most amazing people that I know. But like he said, what would be the difference if, think about the movie Barbershop 2, when old boy was coming in and he was building a new barbershop, and then they was trying to redo the city, and they was gonna push old girl who was babysitting everybody kids out the hood and da. That was a black man doing it. But I believe that, like you said, it's the intent. What is your intent when you do it? What's your purpose? What's your reason when you do it? So it cannot be a bad thing, but depending on the intent of the person and the motive of the person, it can definitely be bad.
Walter.
Um, I don't. I mean, this is kind of a. I look at it from a different perspective. The
Okay.
reason why I say this is because uh, I use the West End community
Wait.
for example.
You say anything bad? I'm from
I'm
the
not. Hey, say what you want to say.
I'm from the West End. Go
Say
ahead
what
though.
you want to say. I got you. But what I'm gonna say about that is it's simple though. Is that first of all, people don't they don't I want to say I said people don't want to see that community raised up, and the people in that community don't want to do what it takes to make it more. Um, and the reason why I say this, it goes back to the whole thing of home ownership and
Complacent.
the exactly complacency, the old mindset. I don't think that people they would be able to come in and buy us out if we would just invest. If we would invest in ourselves. I think that
Hmm.
what I'm saying. We could they come in and they could improve it. But I mean, the bigger issue is that we got to start doing for ourselves. I mean, that's the big issue here, honestly. Like I said, they're not gonna give us anything, and we gotta want more. So the large so back to the topic of gentrification or whatever. Yeah, it happens. It's a negatively looked upon nowadays. It happens. It can be done in a bad way, but it's not always done in a bad way. In some cases, they might be saving a community from, what I'm saying, from sure. I mean, play this. A community could be in like really bad straits, and somebody could come in and redo the whole community. So it could be a positive thing, but commonly nowadays it's not seen as a positive thing. They're trying to push us out, in fairness, but they can't do that if we would take initiative and build up our own community.
Okay. I respect that. I respect that wholeheartedly. I think that when it comes for me in gentrification is as long as the intent, like you said, the intent isn't bad. Don't come in and push out, grandma, you know, Robert,
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Bobby, or Auntie, uh, Lois Bell. Don't push them out. If you're gonna come in, you're gonna build them up. That's different. But don't. My thing is, I don't really have a problem with it as long as it's going to be a positive. And again, I know sometimes that some people are not going to see the positive in anything. Like okay, they take
Right.
everything from us. But and that kind of goes back to what you were saying. If we invest in it ourselves, then people can't do that. If you're going to build a
Yeah.
community and not steal, because sometimes justification is just a legal way of stealing something. You know, especially when it
Yeah.
comes to homes and things of that sort. As long as the intent is not bad, I don't really have a problem with it. I think that um, sometimes we do get complacent, but we got to build it up. It's like when I come to Mariana and I'm visiting Mariana and I ride through the West End. Anybody tell you have a lot of people claiming West End, born and raised on West End because before it was a park on Hardy Drive, our house sat on where that park is. My great grandmother's house was tore down to build that park, and that's how we got the house next to the park. So born and raised in the West End. I didn't move over there. Was born and raised there, and just to go now and see it sometimes, it is disheartening. Traveling down, and everybody on this call, with exception of Bree, y'all know about Harley Drive, and just the condition of the road itself is horrible. But then somebody comes in and buys the property over there and starts building that neighborhood and push people out, then people feel some type of way. But you ride through, people's houses are looking bad. And I know sometimes, money does play a factor in that. But if it's gonna build it up and make it better, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And
But
that's
time though, Devin, it's like you was talking about the other day. So if somebody was able to generate some income for that city, like to bring in an industry in Mariana where people could work there, and so the people that work in that industry, they have a high enough income to do the upkeep on the houses on Harley Drive. So if you move families into those houses on Harley Drive that have the income to keep that house up, and you start like a homeowners association or some shit to have some rules and laws to how people need to keep their house up, then you ain't got to worry about it going down, because then you basically turning Harley Drive into a suburb.
that. You know what, Daryl? And that's true. And kind of like, what we were talking about when it came to when we were having that conversation about industries coming to town. I mean, Mariana, things of that sort. The sad thing about it, and just to kind of catch everybody up on speed, Daryl and I was having a conversation about businesses coming to Mariana and what businesses come to Mariana to bring, revenue and money into Mariana. The sad thing about it is, and I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. You hate me, just keep watching. I don't care. It's kind of like, and this even go back to what Walter said previously. People are so hung up on government assistance, that these businesses can, and Mariana, and those that are watching this, people can come to Mariana and bring businesses to Mariana. Are you going to go out and work? Are you going to say, you know what? I don't need the welfare anymore. I don't need the food stamps because I want to go out and I want to work. I want to be better. Then business can come there. But as a business owner, I wouldn't bring anything around there because it'd be hard to feel like you can get people that are come and work unless you bust people in and then you start gentrifying these neighborhoods and you guys are touched and you pissed because like Darryl said, we're moving in these families in these neighborhoods and building these neighborhoods up. But you guys had an opportunity to do that and you're not going to do that. So I'm not even gonna go there because you know how I'm passionate there. You know how that conversation got and it wasn't a bad conversation. How intense that conversation got between you and I because of how I felt about that. So I'm not even gonna push that issue. But yes, if they're gonna come in and make it better, make it better. That's just my take on it. That's mine. Anybody got something want to piggyback in on that?
But I guess when you say make it better, maybe better for you isn't better for them. It's
That's
like Erica said, like the complacency mindset, like that's what they know, that's what they want. Like they got comfortable with it being like that. Like even for me, I got to admit, like when I ride through the Y, if it don't look like the Y, I'm like, damn, what the fuck is going on? So yeah, I mean, I understand that mindset, but at the same time, if you have a vision for a place, like people might not believe in the vision that you have, but you in the politics, like you got to get people to believe in your vision. And so if you believe that you could improve the West End, you got to show people how you can improve the West End and somehow give them hope like Obama and try to get them to, you know what I'm saying, see things like you see it.
the and Daryl to kind of respond to that. The sad thing about it is I can see that hope and I could vision that hope. And I know you said get people to see it and buy into that hope. They just not. And again, it's sad, but we're not going to do that. And you know that. You know that because why would I go and get a job and mess up my food stamps? Why would I go and get a job and mess up my cash assistance?
Come
Why
on
would I
here
go get a
now.
huh?
I said, come on here, somebody.
Why? Instead of saying, okay, I was on food stamps because I was going through a tough time, but I don't want to be that person that's dependent on food stamps. I don't want to be that person, you know, to know what it is to struggle. I mean, granted, you know, I ain't speaking for everybody. You all see the memes on social media about households that get food stamps and the refrigerator, the picture of the refrigerator versus those that don't get government assistance, the picture of that refrigerator. People are so scared to struggle to get to a better place than it is to say, okay, you know what? Let me just make my family better for the long run. And we as black people, we get dependent on these
Thank you.
assistance and dependent on these programs that we don't see that. We don't look at that. And we have to change.
You
I
on that.
can change it all day, every day, but
You
we
on the
don't look
camera.
at it and we don't see that because oh, he trying to cut my EOC. Oh, he trying to cut this. He trying to cut that. No, I want you to be better because, and I'm not knocking anybody that decides to stay in Jackson County, but a lot of people that I went to school with, and I graduated high school, mind your business, 3 years ago.
You did?
3 years, but it's the world is bigger than Mariana. And people are like, oh, you was in Tallahassee, you was right down the road. That's fine. Yeah, I was right down the road. However, I was right down the road building myself to get to the next level in life because the world is bigger. It's bigger. It's bigger than argue with the food stamp people because the food stamps ain't drop at midnight. Well, I don't know what time they drop, but the food stamps ain't drop the day they're supposed to drop. Or, my check is running a little late. Like the world is bigger, but you have to want it. And that's one thing that I struggled in, Daryl, is getting people to see that. How do you get somebody to change that mindset? And I'm open for suggestions. How do you get somebody to change that mindset of let me dig deep to build my generational wealth or start building my generational wealth versus it's free money and I'm not going to turn that down.
I want to speak on that because for two reasons I want to speak on that because I want to respond to two things. So the first thing is how do you get out of the mindset? That's a very tough thing because a person has to personally make that decision. I've made it my business to try to preach and mention and tell people that saying there's so much more out here. And you don't have to leave Mariana to have greater. You can have greater right in your community. You don't have to go halfway across the world. I mean, honestly, you can bring the opportunity right there in the community. It starts there. It starts with somebody personally saying, I want to be better. I want my family to have better. So I'm going to do better. That's what it starts with. But the irony of assistance that I really want to say about what you said is that governmental assistance, if you listen to what they say, they they don't want us to have it because they're tired of giving handouts, but they want us to take it because they have control over us. And that's such a huge irony that I've seen. That's mind blowing. That they really don't want us to have it. They're tired of giving us handouts. Honestly, let's be honest. Tired of giving us handouts. But at the same time, they still giving it because they have control of you. And we foolish enough to stay where we at and keep taking it instead of grinding and getting, like I said, going back to that mindset, getting out of poverty because we don't want to, because we're comfortable.
So let me ask you this question. How do you get people to start seeing that? You know, what is it that you would say to that person? I'm that person that my mindset is I want this free assistance. I want this free money. What do you say to me to get me to change that mindset?
So the thing with that is, and I've come to realize this, like I said, just being in the ministry for a long time now, no matter what you say to somebody, if they don't receive it, if they don't decide to change it, then it really doesn't matter what you say to them. Now, what I will do is I will sit if they want to know, I will sit down in front of them and I will show them the benefits, the pros, the cons of both situations. Yes, you can be an assistance, but you don't get ahead. You stay at the same level. Or you can, on the other hand, you can go and it might seem like you're hurting, but you're really not. You're building, you're building, you're building, and in the long run, instead of having the same 10,000, 20,000 year salary, now I'm up here at 80, 90, to six figures, and it really don't even. A lot of times it don't take a lot of work once you get there. It's the process of getting there that takes a lot. If you show somebody that it takes a lot of work, they don't want to do that. What I'm saying is, even if I showed them how sweet it is, if they don't decide to go ahead and make that change, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter how much money you show them. Because I mean, honestly, like I said, I've worked my tail off from beginning to now, and now I'm moving on to a better place. I can go back and share that story with somebody else, but if they don't want to be better, if they don't want to be different, if they don't want to change, it doesn't matter what you say. It literally does not matter. You can show them $1 million in a briefcase right now, and this is what it takes. They will not take it. It doesn't matter. And I've accepted that. You know what I'm saying? I've accepted that. Does that stop my drive to share my drive? Does that stop me from sharing the wisdom that was given to me? No, I'm gonna still share because I care about people and I want to see people go up no matter who you are. But the simple fact is, if they don't want it, it will not happen. Period.
And that's a sad place. Not for you at all. I get where you come from, and I respect that. Not for you at all. I agree with what you said, and just kind of piggyback. That's a sad place to be in, and it is like, you know, all of us have went to school. You guys, you get ready to graduate. I know Dara, you've graduated. Bree, you've graduated. And the opportunity is out there. Like you said, Walter, you don't even have to graduate. Like, prime example is, at my job. I ain't gonna tell the kids because I know some of them real messy. But at my job, supervisors at my job, some of them don't have college degrees. They're making 6-figure salaries. 6-figure salaries without a college degree. And because you want different. Like, I tease my supervisor all the time. Every time we chat and stuff, and I she posts on Snapchat. And mind you, let me just say for the record, my supervisor is a year older than me, and she has a 6-figure salary, 6 figures. In her house, and I know this is the material side of it, but just like, she inspires me because I look at her house, and her house is something that we saw growing up on MTV Cribs. And she's a supervisor at my job. And not knocking her because she worked her ass off to get there. And it takes a lot of work to get there. However, it's possible. It's possible. But we just gotta want it. Like, we gotta want to be better. And it's like, and it's just, you can't get people to see that. And that's the rough and the hardest part about all of that is they don't see it. They don't see it. Daryl, Bree, I want to jump in.
I'm gonna let her say some things because she ain't said nothing in a minute, so I'm gonna let her handle that.
But she over there being a mess on mute. Go ahead, Bree.
What I'm saying,
Have you not been listening?
I have and I have, and I ain't even gonna lie. Did you see that man come in this house and jump on me up in there and defending myself? Nah, just playing. All right, what was it again? I could respond. Heard I heard the conversation about when you asked Walter, like, what do you say to me, somebody who's comfortable with the government assistance, and this is what I want, and this is what I'm gonna hold with. The complacency. I just can't get away from that word. But okay, what you asking me now so I can respond accordingly.
The same question I asked Walter. What would you say to me? Somebody that you had kids before you graduated college, you still went to college, you still graduated college, you're now teaching, you just got teacher of the year. What do you say to somebody like me that's okay with just being, and I'll just say it because you need to hear it, sometimes the truth hurt, being mediocre, being dependent on a system that's designed to always keep me a part of this system?
Truthfully, you can't. There's nothing you can say. At the end of the day, it goes back to that fixed mindset and that growth mindset. If a person is okay with living in shit, who are you to tell them that they're wrong for living in shit? It's people like myself and other people who are just not comfortable with being okay. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. I make good money and I can afford everything I have and still have money left over to do what I want to do, to, help this person or give this person. But sometimes I even get to the place where I feel like I don't have enough. God knows I do, but I still feel like I don't have enough
Well,
only because I'm not satisfied. You say what?
I'm doing something fucking wrong because I make great money. Get started. I'm doing something wrong, but go ahead. Go ahead.
But I still feel like there's more I can be getting, there's more I could be doing. So that's why I got a part-time job. I start next I start next week.
Listen,
Only because I like to be comfortable enough that if I just wake up on a Saturday morning and say I want to go out of town, I shouldn't be checking my bank account to say that I can go out of town or not. If I want to go, I want to go. Like, that's just where I'm at because for so long I've lived my life with worrying about what if I choose to buy these shoes for me, am I gonna have money to pay this phone bill next week? Like, you gotta get out of that mindset and know that you deserve better and know that you should have better and that you're worth so much more. But when, like I said, it goes back to my initial statement. If a person is comfortable living in shit, who are you to tell them that they're wrong for living in that shit?
and it's not so much of wanting to tell them that they are wrong.
Well, not even tell them that they're wrong, but to convince them otherwise. Because more so, I'm gonna tell you, subconsciously is what I have learned about people. People know when they can do better. People know when they ain't doing what they supposed to do. Like, subconsciously, they may never admit it to us or never admit it to whoever they need to admit it to. But subconsciously, you know when you ain't up to par. You know when you could be doing better. You know when you ain't shit. Period. So with that being said, why do you need somebody to confirm that or validate that or make you feel even worse for being who you are? Like, me personally, when y'all were talking about the food stamp situation. Food stamps were originally designed, like you said, for low income families that are struggling in the moment. Food stamps is not a permanent fixture. And that's what a lot of people in the black community have misinterpreted. They think just because they got it, I'm supposed to always have it. No, I can remember when I was in Tallahassee, I prayed to God and I said, God, I don't want to be on food stamps for the rest of my life. Like, yeah, I got all these damn kids, but I do not want to be on food stamps for the rest of my life because think about it. To apply for food stamps, they be all in your damn business. You gotta tell them when you shit, when you piss, when you sneeze, when you burp. Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't like to be controlled systematically like that because I'm my own person. So I was like, God, if you put me in a position where I could be financially free from that, I promise you, I do everything I can to make sure I stay that way. And here it is. What, that was 2016. Yeah, so damn near 5 years. 5 years ago was the last time I got food stamps. And I got five whole fucking kids with a whole rent and a car note
And,
and light bill. So
and
it's all about your motivation. If you don't want to have that and you don't want to be on that for the rest of your life, then you don't have to. But you have people, like I said, that complacent. They're okay if it's not broke, bitch. I ain't fixing it. And it's sad, but it's the reality of it.
and that's true, but it's like, how, because, and I get what you're saying, and I get, like, who am I to tell somebody how they living is wrong? I get that. However, I think my biggest thing is I'm not trying to tell you how you're living is wrong. I just want you to know that it's better. Like,
You can have better, yeah.
I
But
don't
some
say
people really don't feel like they deserve better. They struggle. Like, prime example, my husband. He feel like if something good happened to him, he don't deserve it because he feel like he's done so much wrong in the world. And I be trying to tell him, like, dog, that ain't got shit to do with nothing. Like, at the end of the day, if opportunity present itself to make you a better person, why not take it? Like, nobody in this world is perfect. So we all done did some fucked up shit, whether we ever choose to admit it or not. However, if an opportunity present itself to each and every one of us to be better in life and to give better in life and to have better in life, we will be absolutely crazy to not take it and be worried about what you did 4 5 years ago. You did it. It's done. Move forward. Forgive yourself. If they choose not to forgive you, that's fine. You forgive yourself and free yourself and keep it the fuck moving. So I don't have no understanding for people who feel like, oh, I'm getting what I deserve. How are you to say that you're getting what you deserve? No, you can have better. You can have better, but I can't lead that horse to the water and make it drink it too.
I agree. I agree. Dare, you want to jump in now?
Daryl, by the way, I like the way you talk. I like your little country accent.
Straight out of Greenwood.
straight out of Greenwood.
Get out.
100.
Bus 50, cheapest cranberry. Go ahead.
Yeah. As far as motivating somebody who wasn't on food stamps, I mean who is on food stamps, like Terica's example, like that was motivating to me because I was in that situation too. So I know how you feel. So if I ain't got a bunch of kids, I was just homeless. So yeah,
Yeah.
I feel that situation. But as far as saying something to motivate, there's nothing you can say to motivate somebody. I feel like you got to give them the steps to go. So I use this as an example. So if you meet somebody on food stamps or whatnot, and you ask them why is it you continue to want to stay on food stamps, and they say, "Well, it's because it's easy. The government just gives it to me, and I don't have to do too much. Just tell them what I got going on, and boom, bada bing, I got food stamps." And so you say, "Well, but I have a better way for you. How about I sign you up? You just let me know what you good at, and then I will find a trade for you." And so they do that trade for 3 to 6 months. You say, okay, well, I will make sure you have groceries because food stamps. What, like the max is like $300.
Hell no, you got motherfuckers getting
Oh
7.
no! When I was getting food stamp, baby, I was getting $6.98 every month. Don't play with it.
Oh well, it's
Don't
under
play with it.
that's Gucci. So that Gucci. So like if you say, okay, well, I'm willing to give you half them food stamps, I'm willing to give you $300 a month to go get this trade.
Right,
Speaking
Rachel.
as the government now, speaking as the government, not an individual person. So if you say, I'm willing to meet you halfway, I'm willing to give you $300 a month for food as long as you do this trade. And the trade, you train for the trade 6 months, and then after that, you on your own. And the trade, you're gonna get $50,000-$60,000 a year to do that shit. So that's a way to get people off of food by presenting them with a better way. And not
I just
only
want to say, so you're giving them a security
right,
away from the security that they're used to.
So
right.
so y'all would be okay with tougher government regulations on assistance programs like food stamps, cash assistance, EOC. Y'all,
Yes, because I get mad at the fact that you got a bitch like me who works a full-time job with kids who really do need those food stamps, but then you got a bitch at home who sits home every day. Prime example, and this is not me, being that prime example. So my daughter goes to a daycare, right? It's free because it's an early Head Start program. But literally, like I see parents when they bring their kids to school, you in a bonnet, a nightshirt, and some slippers, cause you going back home to get in your bed, and then at 3 o'clock you gonna go pick up your child, cause that's what time you supposed to have your child by, and you gonna do this shit again all day. Meanwhile, you got me who I gotta leave my house an hour early just to get on that side of town to get my baby to school at 8 because the school don't open at 8, and then I gotta damn near fly and catch tickets by JSO because I gotta be to my school on the other side of town in 30 minutes.
wait, what's
So
JSO?
it's like,
What's JSO?
Jacksonville Sheriff Office.
That's it's USO, DSO for Duval County, the Sheriff's County.
No, we don't have no Duval County. We got a Duval County Public School Police because these motherfuckers down here bad. But we have JSO is our police department.
Gotcha.
However, it's like, you know, what if they just started to say, okay, so you got to have a job in order for your child to go to this daycare for free? Daycare gonna empty out. My baby probably be the only child left in that damn school. Swear to God.
But you would support that?
No, I wouldn't, because at the end of the day, kids need their education, and education starts as early as from the time they out the womb.
No. What I mean is, would you support the fact that if they say you need to get a job for your child to come to this daycare, would you support that?
I mean, it's kind of iffy because some people may have disabilities where they can't work,
Well,
right?
I mean, but
So,
granted, if it's a disability, I understand. That's completely understandable. If you
but
just say,
I would support it only because I feel like you gotta help yourself. Like, people always want help, but they don't never want to help themselves. So it's like, how you expect for people to keep bending over backwards and giving you everything that you need, and yet and still you still don't want to do nothing. Like, it goes back to your question. you still don't want to make an effort to get off government assistance. This is not a permanent fixture. It's a temporary relief. Like, cause believe it or not, even with the little stimulus check I get every month, I still be looking at this bill like it
Wait,
ain't enough.
wait. You get a stimulus check every month?
I get my child tax credit. Didn't I tell you I got 5 damn children?
Well, I'm gonna have some goddamn kids, cause
You can have one of mine. Don't tell nobody.
that's fine. I'll take them. Don't put this video on in court. Don't put it up in court. I'll
None
take
of that.
If I ain't gotta make it, I'll take it.
But yeah, so I get the child tax credit or whatever. But the thing is, see, even with me, I don't carry all my kids on my taxes. Because after 3 kids, you don't get no money for them. That's what people don't know. So I carry my two, which is my baby girl,
Uh,
because I'm going to get the most bang for my buck, and
uh,
my oldest. But at the same time, it's almost like, even with that, it's not enough. And I'm a working parent. So it's like, you still, like he said, it's that motivation. It got to be a drive in you to want to be better, to want to have better, to want to do better. And if you don't have that, you could get the biggest motivational speech from goddamn Obama himself or whoever your idol is. It still is not going to push you until you realize it's something you got to do to want to be better.
I respect that. Jump in, Walter.
Answered.
Uh-huh.
I thought I already answered. I thought I already answered. Sorry.
Oh, you're all right.
Um, I
What's
don't
your
know. I think I want to play devil's advocate. I mean, first of all, I kind of agree. Well, I agree with everything she was saying. First of all, but I mean, I also want to play devil's advocate because I was thinking to myself, I was like, you're talking about okay, it's a free daycare, and you said that what if they required the parents to have a job for their kid to go there? Then why wouldn't you just charge them? Does that make sense?
so it's making sense, but so you would be for saying okay, you need to get a job for your child to go to this daycare, or would you be like okay, I can I would let your child go to this daycare without getting a job or looking for a job.
I mean, ultimately, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it's totally about the kid. I mean, I want the kids to have the best education to get it by any means. I mean, I appreciate free education, but I mean, I just thought it was funny because you said, okay, well, it's free, but your parent has to have a job for your child to attend. But I mean, then when you start charging them if they had jobs, or does it not matter? I don't know. I was just asking a random devil's
No,
advocate
no.
question.
If you okay, that's a tough one, and the reason why I say it's tough is because I didn't think about it that way. Would I charge parents? Probably so. Would it be like more like a discounted rate? Because if I'm not going to, because I mean I don't have kids, but I can I from my sister works in early childhood, and I know that child care is expensive, you know. But I mean, if you're going to provide assistance, get a job. So you get a job, then we'll say we let your child go for free, or we give you a super discounted rate. Not say okay, you get a job and I'm gonna charge you full force your child going to daycare. So I'll clarify that. I'll say that.
Hmm. Okay, I think it's interesting. I mean, how even how some places nowadays where some jobs have daycares for their kids for free, or like if I know you have a state job or a federal job, you get a discount and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, some of those things are in place already. But I mean, I was thinking if we're making them have a job, then why are we not charging them? But then again, I go back to the fact that education be free though? That goes back to the large argument, I guess. I say yes,
What
but I mean,
in most cases, with the exception of higher learning, education is free. And they just passed a law to get student loans dismissed for people working in public service, and you've been paying
right?
student.
Yeah.
But for the most case, education is free. Um, Me personally, I feel like, and I look at this from, and I want to say it from a taxpayer's standpoint. I roughly a year pay about $9,000 in taxes for the year. If I get over $1,000 on an income tax refund, I'm jumping for joy. I haven't did a backflip since I cheered. Well, I did, but I kind of broke my foot. Oh, I almost broke my foot. But I'm doing backflips. I'm doing back tucks. I'm doing back handsprings. I'm doing all types of stuff because I'm getting some money back. But I pay. And granted, some people are like, wait, some of that does go to me for retirement. Yeah, okay. And hopefully that program is still there once I reach the age of retirement.
Amen.
However, I pay almost $9,000 a year in income. Well, not even just taxes out of my check, and I get less than $1,000 for a tax refund. So I feel like I'm punished because I don't have kids. I'm not married, so they hit me over the head. So for somebody that's paying that money into those programs, it is frustrating. And for those that are on these programs, put yourself in somebody else's shoes. You getting this money, but where you think this money is coming from? It's not falling out the sky. It's not
Out my goddamn pocket.
out my pocket. And I get nothing for it. Absolutely nothing for it. And I'm sitting here like,
Not talking to you.
it's one of those things where I'm not gonna put my business in the streets, but I get paid every 2 weeks. My check before taxes is over $2,000. Over $2,000. But after they hit my ass for taxes, like
Oh shit.
it's rough. It's rough. I just got a bonus, a little simple bonus. It was just like 1% or whatever. And y'all they tax bonus. What is it? 33%, 32% for.
That just hurt. Yeah. Hurt.
Devin,
Huh.
listen. Last school term, because of my VAM scores and my test scores and my ability to move my students, I was awarded a $13,000 bonus check. Do you know they broke the check in half, so it was 67 something a piece per check that they gave. Do you know after taxes I bought a little over $4,000 out of per check? So out of 13,000, I literally bought little over $8,000 home out of that 13. They took damn near five up out of me.
I do you one better, Bree. My job was, because we had a rough patch when we was getting our asses handed to us. They gave us I think it was like 1% of our bonus. So my bonus check was and it was just, hey, stay in there, hang in there, whatever, we're gonna fight. I think
Right.
my bonus check was like $2,800. And it's just 1% of my bonus. Because they normally do our bonuses, they split it up. We can get up to 16% of our salaries and then they add on for the gain share. However, before taxes, my bonus was like $2,800. When I got my bonus check, it was like $1,800, and that's 1%. So imagine when we start doing the breaking up in the 2%. So
We gotta get you a child.
and it's like, what do you think this? I don't get this money back at the end of the year. They're not. So I'm talking shit because I'm not paying this money up front and then getting it back at the end. I'm paying this money up front and getting peanuts at the end, like just simple peanuts, and that's rough. That's a hard
Yeah.
pill to swallow. So if you hear me talking, you don't, and you really be like, oh, well, Devin. No. Devin has worked. Devin came from shit. Devin has worked to get where he is in life, but I'm paying for it. I'm
Yeah.
paying now, taxes, and I'm paying. I'm getting my. And then people that get these taxes, they understand where I'm coming from. Like it's horrible that I'm paying this, and I'm paying your food stamps. I'm paying your Medicaid. I'm paying your cash assistance. I'm paying your EOCs. I'm paying all that shit, and that's a hard pill to swallow because you don't want to get your ass up and go to work, and I had to get my ass up and work 5 days a week, 8 hour shifts. And people are like, oh, that's just 40 hours. You motherfucker, you ain't working shit. And you reaping off of this. And I'm just one person. So imagine everybody else that's going through that. Like that's preposterous to me. That's crazy. That's mad. So if you talk real passionate about it, I'm okay with supporting it when we need it. But when we don't need it, or you just using it to, abuse the system, and you want to send it for the rest of your life, that's why I start getting frustrated at that, because that money's coming from somewhere, and you don't give a damn where it's coming from, because as long as you get it, you tripping about my food stamps ain't drop on time, or they cut my food stamps.
Baby,
Sometimes
don't let them food stamps drop on time. They be having a whole
a
damn
whole
frenzy, honey.
whole fit.
Somebody going the lynch mob come out. Somebody got to die.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, some of
A
us,
bitch like me is hungry.
do you hear me? Do you hear me? Like, listen, like, I got a budget just right to make sure that I eat. But I go to your house, you got snacks, you got all type. Now, granted, I don't eat no motherfucking snacks, but you got snacks, you got all types of shit. And I'm tending to, like, yeah, I gotta figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do, because, like you said, I do this by myself. You have kids. I don't have kids, but car payment, car insurance, cell phone bill, rent, having to eat, gas, maintenance on my car, all that. Who you think pay for that shit? I get $0, zero in government assistance. Zero. You get paid, that shit goes so goddamn quick, you be like, God damn. Like, what the fuck am I working for? So that's why I'm real passionate about it. But I want us to be better as people, and we got to get to the point where we're better than people. We be better as people, and stop just depending on handouts. Like, and I'll say it, people stray away from that, but I'll say it. I'm black. I grew up on government assistance. My mom got food stamps, so I'm not trying to clown because no. I got free school lunches until my senior in high school. They want to give a bitch charge full price for lunches. But I got government assistance. I came from I came from a household that received that. However, I wanted to be better. Wanted to be better. And I did what I needed to do to be better.
Y'all starting to sound real libertarian around this bitch on here now.
Daryl, don't start. Again, you give me shit about being a Democrat. However, I have nothing against the liberal Democrats, but I'm a conservative Democrat. I came from the country, so I come from conservative values. So I'm a conservative Democrat. Yeah, I support liberal Democrats' agendas sometimes, but where I'm from, the area that I'm from, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I'm a conservative Democrat. Simple as that. Some stuff I don't agree with from the conservative Democrats, but I'm a conservative Democrat. So I say it.
You know how the old saying go, everybody want to be a Democrat till they look at their pay stub.
Listen, it is what it is. I don't mind helping people that need help, but for people that's just abusing, like, no. That's Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, Independent. If you need help, you need help, but you're just abusing the system, like, no.
And that's what I was gonna say, because I didn't want people to think we was just bashing people who get food stamps. By all means, if you need that assistance, then by all means take it, because at one point in time in life, I did too. However, I recognize that it was not going to be my permanent fixture. It's not going to be something that I leaned and depend on for the rest of my life.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be having to lie and fraud. And they get them paycheck stubs, and no.
Wait, I'm sorry. It's funny how our topic was home ownership. We done got off on this. That lets me know that we real passionate.
No, but let me tie it back all in for you. All of that plays a part in you wanting to have something that belongs to you and not something that's been given to you, but something that you truly, honestly work hard for and you've obtained and is now yours. You ain't renting it, it's yours. Like when you buy a car and you pay the car note, after a while, if you don't pay the car note off, you get the title to that car. It's yours. So why not want a house somewhere to lay your head at that you ain't got to worry about this person or that person telling you, oh, since you didn't pay me, you got to get out of it. No, baby, I done paid my mortgage. This when you give me them deeds, this belongs to me. And like Daryl said, then when you get more money and get better in life and you buy a better house, you can use that house, fix her upper, and rent it out. That's a residual income.
And I think we forget too, like, grandma owned her house. Y'all
She
know
sure did.
where grandma passed, the children was fighting over who's gonna get the house. She owned the house. She the only one on the
That
house.
was her shit.
That was her shit. Her and granddaddy get that. And we strayed away from that. So we got to get back to that. So I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna jump into a quick just off topic discussion for 10 minutes. So people that are watching, credit, maintain your credit, keep your credit up to par. In life, you're gonna grow past 18. God's willing, you're gonna grow past 18, 19 years old. You're gonna need credit for cars, for homes. It starts there. Parents that are watching this live, start working on your kids. Start working with your kids on credit, explaining the importance to them. Some of y'all can't get shit in y'all damn name, and y'all about to fuck up y'all kids' name because y'all keep getting shit in their name. Stop that.
Correction, done fucked up their kid's name because they done put the light bill in every last one of their child name. We
I don't,
ain't
I
gonna
don't,
play
I
like that.
don't go there, because the ones that are watching and it happens, stop doing that. Stop fucking your kids stuff because you know they'll need that. You might be able to benefit off that now in the long run. But start talking to your kids about financial responsibility. Start talking to your kids about saving. We play around with numbers. You put money $10 into a savings account a month. That's $1,200 a year minus the interest. So think about $10. $10. Some of y'all spend $10 on a dime bag. Some of y'all spend $10 on your cheap liquor that you drink, your E&J, your your
If
C.
it ain't peach, I don't want it.
Listen, you spend $10 on that. Your brandy, your what's that shit? That Bartley's. You spend your $10 on that. Start taking $10 and putting it to your child in a savings account, an account that they can't touch. $1,200 a year. After they're 21, 18 years old, do the math. 18 times 1,200. That's money minus interest. If it's in a savings account, if it's an interest bearing account, they're going to have money. We got to start being responsible.
Yeah.
Start getting life insurance policies. You know,
Oh yes, because I ain't buying no more fish.
listen,
Marry nobody.
at the end of the day, when your for y'all that's you don't know what's going on, you never know what's gonna happen, and God forbid we all
Yeah.
live to be an older age. Start investing, being financially responsible. Get life insurance. Y'all pay $30 a month to Metro. Because some of y'all ain't got contracts. If you got contracts, you spend way more than $30 a month. Because baby, I spend
Ooh, yeah.
but
$149
I,
for a phone.
I
That's a whole.
I don't want to talk about it. But start being financially responsible. Bodies, get your life insurance policy. I know some people that can plug you in, reach out to me. I'll give you some people that can get you life insurance policy. I have a $90,000 life insurance policy and I pay $55 a month for that.
Oh,
Cause
I need that because I need to put my husband in that.
I got you. Hit me up when I give you the contact information. Cause you want your
Okay.
to sell fish plates to bury you. Cause the funeral home ain't gonna bury you for free. I'm sorry, I don't give a damn.
Fish plates and car washes.
Yeah, man, ain't nobody. I'm not washing no cars. I'm not selling no fish. This and I don't be responsible. Y'all spend more than that on unnecessary shit. Go ahead and just get life insurance policy. But we as people have to start being financially responsible, and we as Black people definitely start being financially responsible and start taking care of us.
Agreed.
Simple as that. All right, so I'm gonna jump into another topic that Bree wanted to talk about earlier, and we're gonna just spend like 10 minutes
10 minutes.
10 minutes on. So we're having a conversation earlier about does your significant other or people that you're with, I got you two there, I get the information. Do they make you crazy? Newlyweds, y'all be careful about this. I don't wanna start no red.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all don't answer this. Y'all just on here for more support.
Bree?
I say yes because, like I said earlier, you don't know that a person is crazy until a situation happens that brings that crazy out of them. Like me, I can only speak for me. I can only say that I am a very easygoing person until I feel like A, you done tried me, and B, you trying to fuck over me. When I get to those places, I don't give a fuck who it is. You gonna feel the wrath of Lauren. And the reason why I say Lauren is because I am a true Gemini. So there are two people over here. You got the good me and the bad me. The bad me, her name is Lauren. She don't give a fuck. She fucking up everything. And Baterga gotta apologize for it later. Period.
I'm gonna jump in. Like I said, I want my newlyweds to jump in because I don't want y'all to, get knocked out by
We
y'all.
just need y'all here for more support.
I don't want you to drop no Visine in your drink and y'all be out of here. Anywho, I agree. I agree. I think that we all have a touch of crazy. I don't know if people like, no, we all got a touch of crazy. Every
We
last
do.
fucking got a touch of crazy. Sometimes people bring that out in you. They push you to limits. They expose you to stuff that you're not used to being exposed to, and they bring out that side of you. So I agree. I think people do bring out crazy in people. I don't think I'm crazy, but you ain't finna fuck over me. That's just my opinion. Well, what I think.
Like, I personally feel like at the end of the day, nobody knows. You don't know nothing about a person until they open their mouth, right?
Hmm.
Let's just play that. I remember my English teacher used to tell us, I never know how ignorant you is until you open your mouth, right? So I just feel like that goes with the little whole little touch of crazy. Like you said, everybody has a side of them that only certain situations and certain things will bring out of them, right? So if you are dealing with somebody who can touch that part of you that brings that part out of you, then at some point in time you gotta ask yourself, do I really need to be around this person? Cause that's even like with my husband. He tells me all the time.
Bree. I got a question real quick before you go. I got a question. So, so you said a person touches that part and brings that out. What part is that, and how do they get to that part?
Okay, so to speak for me,
Okay.
there is only one person that has seen my crazy, and that is the man that I said I do to. Because there's something, when I say touch that little spot, it's more so of a caring place. Like if I love you and I care about you and you do some fucked up shit towards me, that triggers Lauren. Cause you ain't have to do me like that. Right? So that be me. Like me, it be the principle for me. It don't even be about what you did. It be about the principle. Like, why the fuck would you do that? You know I'm crazy. Like, why would you do that? So when you find that one person who can easily jumpstart you with just the least little things, because my husband tell me all the time, don't nobody know that I got an anger issue. You the only person that bring that shit out of me, because it's just some things you got, some things you do, and I know what to do, and I know what to say, and I know how to do it
There, let you have it. By the
to
way.
get the reaction. Yeah, her name is Lauren. That is my other face. Cause I'm a Gemini. Yep. Her name is Lauren. And Lauren don't give a fuck about nothing or nobody. She ain't got no relationship ties to nobody. She ain't got no family ties to nobody. Lauren is her own person by herself. And you could be family, friend, foe, enemy, whatever. If you fuck with Lauren, Lauren gonna fuck you up, and Paterica will deal with the consequences later.
All right. So my newlyweds. What's y'all thoughts on that? Choose y'all words carefully though.
Please, cause your wife right behind you.
Yeah.
There. You
And Cat will knock him.
She like she ready to knock your ass out. So I dare you, my friend. So I need you to tread lightly.
And Walter O'Neal gonna let him have it too if he say the wrong thing. But go ahead. What's y'all thoughts on it?
You said what?
Walter
Crazy.
Walter O'Neal gonna let him have it if he say the wrong thing.
Oh no, don't say the wrong thing, Walter. Walter, you my friend too.
You already know. Go ahead though, Daryl.
She doesn't make me crazy.
Ditto.
But what's your thoughts on what Bree and I have said? I think that's a safe place to put it in.
There you go.
Well, I thought it was kind of weird to name you're crazy. I thought that was a little odd, but I mean, to each his own. I'll be praying for your husband. I'll be sending healing energy over there to him. that he deals with that situation accordingly. And as far as you, Devin,
He done learned his lesson. He learned the lesson. 51 stitches later, he learned.
See, I ain't never did no shit like that though.
Calm down. Give Devin a few shots, he'll calm down.
Daryl, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Walter, jump in.
Walter.
No.
You ain't jumping on this one?
Nah.
He said no.
No. No.
Protect your peace. Protect your
I'm
peace.
good.
I love Walter to say nah.
My crazy ain't be crazy. I'm not gonna put my hands on you. I'm not gonna do none of that because I'm not finna go to jail for no domestic violence. I don't work too hard for all these.
It ain't domestic, and you can't go to jail if he can't call the police.
That's crazy shit. I'm not over that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not even take a chance.
It be me though. I love too hard, and I know that now. So I'm gonna be perfectly honest and transparent because y'all know I don't be caring. After the situation that happened with my husband or whatever, I really had to take a step back and started guarding my heart for real. Because I would love on anybody and I would give anybody anything I had, even if that means that left me with nothing. As long as you was happy and you was okay, I was okay. But then I had to realize people was not reciprocating that same shit back to me, and it was causing anger and bitterness and agony to build up in me. So then it'd be the least little shits that happen that I blow my top off, and then now I'm sitting there looking stupid because you used my toothbrush and I done cut your face, like type shit. So I had to push back because I had to say you just doing too much to you. But now you gotta really push me now to get me to that place.
Wait, use your toothbrush to do what?
You use my toothbrush and I cut your ass because why you put your nasty ass mouth on my toothbrush?
He was trying to
fuck. Yeah. It be the principle for me. You could have went in the other bathroom and got a toothbrush out the pack because I keep toothbrushes in spare around here. Why the hell you had to put your mouth on mine?
Well, he said you put your mouth on him, on his mouth.
I don't put my mouth on him.
In his mouth. You kissed him, didn't you?
I don't kiss.
Girl, you kissed him when you got married to him.
Baby, and if you go back and look at my video, because they did a Facebook Live, this is how we kiss. And smile, not pronouncing. I don't do no, because the reason why I don't kiss like that is because I'm always kissing on my kids. And so if you out there doing whatever you doing, and I don't know that you're doing that, and you bring some shit back to me and that transfer to my kids, you really gonna die. I don't have time for that.
I want you to be 100%. So you and your husband ever like you never stuck your tongue on his throat, you never stuck your tongue on your throat ever?
When I was younger, I stuck my tongue down your brother's throat. What you talking about?
Now that's an overshare. That's an overshare. That's an overshare. That's an overshare.
No, I just had to say that because I know you be hating it.
Listen, and baby, you be
but nah, we have. But then when I realized that he was doing his own thing, get back, nigga. I'm straight.
So when you my brother,
give me a kiss. There you go.
When you and my brother used to kiss, y'all used to tongue kiss?
Huh?
When you and my brother used to kiss, y'all used to tongue kiss?
I had to teach your brother how to kiss me because it's a certain way you gotta kiss me. I had to teach him how to kiss me.
How you had to teach him how to kiss you? How you had to be kissed, Bree?
Because he was so forceful and wanted to rush shit, and I'm just like, no, baby, these lips are delicate. You gotta kiss me sensually. You can't just rush your lips on me, big ass lips. You know Trey got some big ass lips. Can't just put them lips on.
My brother.
You got some big ass lip too, Devin. Can't just throw them lips on me like that. You gotta ease into it. Like it's an art to kissing me, baby.
They love my lips.
It's an art, honey.
I'm not gonna play with you. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Not tonight. Not gonna do it. So, yeah, Daryl.
Shut up, Daryl?
He exposed my brother. My brother gonna see this live. He gonna jump on me when he see me. Cause I gotta go to Tampa anyways. He gonna jump on me when he see me, Bree, and it's gonna be your fault. So if
Trey,
I
my friend, though. Trey know I ain't got nothing but love for
if
him. That's my friend.
it's because I got a black eye, know that my brother did it.
He
Just
better
so
not put his hands on you because he know I've always loved you more than him. So he better not play with me.
you know, I'm gonna have to get some pictures. Y'all gotta show Bree. Let me tell you what birthday that was. Was that our 21st birthday?
I think it was y'all 21st.
Our 21st
I
birthday.
believe so.
Bree had a whole made our 21st birthday so special. She cut fruit. She had a whole little ensemble. I still got
We had a barbecue at the pool, cake. I was in love. No children, in love. Look, fresh out of financial aid, I was in love.
I'm not gonna play with you, Ree. I'm not gonna do it. All right, y'all. So we gonna go ahead and bring this live to a close tonight. I'm gonna give everybody opportunity to say something, closing remarks. We'll start with Walter, Daryl, then Bree going and how I sit on the screen. Go ahead, Walter. Your closing remarks for tonight.
As always, stay out of trouble, get a job, and be the best version of yourself. That's pretty much it.
Short and sweet. All right, Daryl.
So, are there any young folks listening who have not been to college yet, 18, 19, 20? Y'all learn the trade first. Go to trade school first before you try to get your liberal arts degree.
That's
Because
good.
I wish I would have known that. So I just
Amen.
thought I'd pass that little tidbit of wisdom on.
You been a teacher with a liberal arts degree. Go ahead, Bree.
As always, it's your girl Bree, keeping it real, 100% transparent. What would this live be without me to stir the pot? I'm always here for the mess, honey. But I do it with all love. I love people. I love informing people. I love getting feedback, and I love being poured into. And that's exactly what this live does for me. So you guys will continue to see me live in effect. I'm here, and I love y'all real big as always.
Guys, thank y'all for joining us tonight. Catch us every Thursday night, 8 p.m. It's always going to be a different topic. We love y'all. We love the support. Keep supporting. Keep watching. Keep following us on Haps. You guys got something you want to talk about, shoot me an inbox message. We will definitely cover it. And again, like I said, thank you for the continued support. Keep supporting us, and we're going to keep doing what we do. Love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Have a safe and blessed weekend. For those going to family's homecoming, have a safe and blessed weekend there. And just enjoy yourself. Love y'all. Good night.
Bye.